This is the earliest letter that we're displaying on the wall, and it contains a quotation that is very apt for a New York City summer. What dreadful hot weather we have. It keeps one in a continual state of inelegance.
Jane Austen's elder sister, Cassandra, is really her lifelong confidant, and their correspondence is probably the closest way that you get into contact with Jane Austen as a person. In this early letter, she writes to Cassandra that she has attained the true art of letter writing, which is to say on paper exactly what you would say to a person by word of mouth. And these letters read breathlessly in parts. She says, "I've been talking to you as fast as I could the whole of this letter."
This is an extraordinary letter because it shows how much effort Jane went to fit a whole lot of ideas on just one sheet of paper so that Cassandra would not have to pay extra postage. Postage was paid by the recipient and charged by the number of sheets of paper and the distance that the letter traveled. Neither of the sisters had means of their own beyond a small amount of money, so they were keenly aware of what they were charging each other when they sent letters back and forth.
There are others in the Morgans collection that are 2 sheets, and generally when that happens, it means that Jane has been able to get
Free postage from someone
she
Yes.
knew, or the letter was being delivered by hand.
Yes. A lot of people believe that Cassandra certainly destroyed many of her sister's letters after Jane's death, but we can see evidence that Cassandra preserved letters while also not preserving every single sentence that was written. Here we see one sentence cut out, and scholars guess it may have been a sentence in which Jane Austen said something unkind about a relative, or it may have contained a remark about Jane Austen's own personal health that Cassandra thought was just a little too personal for later generations to read.
Jane's close relationship with Cassandra is really summed up in this letter, written a few days after her untimely death at the age of 41 by Cassandra to their niece, Fanny. In it, she describes Jane Austen's final hours. You can see it starts off with Cassandra thinking that she has a lot of room in which to say what she needs to say. But as the letter gets on, the lines get closer and closer together. She starts, "My dearest Fanny, doubly dear to me now, for her dear sake whom we have lost." And on the reverse, she says a famous quote about Jane, "She was the sun of my life, the gilder of every pleasure, the soother of every sorrow. I had not a thought concealed from her."
And it is as if I lost a part of myself.